All right, time for the mic test. Mic test, mic test. 212, mic test, 212. All right, time for the mic test. Mic test, mic test. 212, mic test, 212. That's right. Mic motherfucking number 2. Mic number fucking motherfucking 2. That's right. Mic motherfucking number 2. Mic number fucking motherfucking 2. And we got mic number 3. Mic number 3, just you and me. Mic number 3. And we got mic number 3. Mic number 3, just you and me. Mic number 3. Well, hello there, everyone. Would you like some MVWF today? Well, that's what we're gonna do. GG in the chat. GG in the chat. Easy for me to say. Alicia in the chat. Beast is in the chat. El Toro. Prime time, you no good son of a gun, you. Hell yes, brother. Brother. Did you know I was asked to be the bass player in Metallica, brother? Tonight, retribution will be served in many ways, according to primetime Sean Sanders, who's got himself a big-time match here tonight. But tonight's event is Power Shift, and I am Damian Andrews. What do you say we get started, America?
West Memphis, Arkansas. Get ready to go worldwide.
Oh yeah, it's the MVWF and it's Power Shift. And tonight, it's the precursor to Match Mania 8. Many championship opportunities are on the line up and down the card here tonight. But let's get started here. In our opener tonight, a six-way cruiserweight ladder match for the #1 contendership for the On-Ice Cruiserweight Championship to be defended by Dragonheart Jr. at Matchmania 8. And one of these six men, Kid Christian, the Skinny Wolf, Danger Boy, Westside Ito, Jimmy Controversy, and former World Champion Local Talent. Also tonight, the controversial Warrior Empress continues her forage here into uncharted territory in the MVWF, and this time she's bringing backup. She's got Miss Jiggles in her corner to go face-to-face #1 one-on-one with Kurt Maple, the angriest French Canadian in all of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Also tonight, the five-way street fight. #1 contendership for the World Street Fight Championship and a title shot sometime during Matchmania 8. It is Ricky the Dragon Steamhawk, former champion Atticus Black, Brooklyn Joker, the Warhammer, and also former champion El Toro in a five-way street fight. Also tonight, primetime Sean Sanders goes one-on-one with Temple Play's Sawyer. And of course, primetime will have Warhammer, if there's anything left of him, after the street fight, to be in ringside with him here. But of course, primetime Sean Sanders has all the weight in the world on his very broad shoulders tonight, as he has a dream match to go one-on-one with Brandon Bones at Matchmania. And also, speaking of championship opportunities on the line here tonight, it's the Death Chamber. And these six gentlemen were now going to vie for a World Championship title match on night 1 of Matchmania 8. Now, we've got the night 2 championship match already sewed up for Tyrese Blake, but it's going to be Unbreakable Ryan Doyle, recent contender Gigi, the EWF owner DeBeast, the face of EWF, the Rockstar, one of the faces of the NWA, Shadow, and Sensei Mark Selesky, a guy who's been in this situation many times before. And now they will contend for a last-ditch effort to get a title shot on night 1. And also tonight in our main event, a trios three-man tag team war here. It's Dragonhearts and Sly Cooper, a mountain of championship title belts, all on that side right there to go against #1 contender Tyrese Blake, Brandon Bones, and last call, Jeremy Love. Yes, you might think so, Primetime, but you know Brandon Bones isn't just going to grant you a wish. You've got to go through Brandon Bones if you ever want to get another title shot. Or at least that's according to what that piece of shit is saying these days. Oh, but Beast doesn't think that the clone Tyrese wouldn't be teaming with Brandon Bones? The man that gave the clone Tyrese all the opportunity in the world here? It's the MVWF, the Manch Vegas Wrestling Federation here. I guess maybe you don't know if it's the clone or not. Kid Christian, the son of Dan Crane of the MVWO, a member of the MVWO, now finds himself in a prime position here with two members of the MVWO here in this cruiserweight ladder match, looking to try and capture some title gold for the longest standing faction in the MVWF. And here comes the MVWF legend. The Skinny Wolf. The Skinny Wolf. The man who was stabbed in the face 27 times with a fork by Awesome Ron Awesome. The man who ruined so many lives here in the MVWF started his career as a jobber but would not be denied his spot here in the MVWF back in the early 2000s. Ruined the lives of Brent Diesel, Ron Awesome, and of course, in the lore of the MVWF, battled Bret the Hitman Hart to his death back in 2007. Primetime, if you want to give the MVWF or Brandon Bones a gift, you give it to him anytime you want, buddy. The pint-sized brawler, a minister of violence. Of course, back in phase 2 here now, the Wolf has had no less than 3 shots at the championship and come up dry. One half of the World Tag Team Champions, Danger Boy, his father, El Hamburguesa, not on the card tonight, having recently suffered a serious loss to the Warrior Empress, as did El Hamburguesa. But this is a cruiserweight ladder match here. And inside that briefcase is a title shot to the Cruiserweight Championship. Matchmania 8. And here is a guy who's had something of a career renaissance as of lately here as far as his participation. Especially in the EWF as of late. When can you be a mod? Honestly, it's not something I spend a lot of time worried about, Tyrese. But if you want to be, I guess, you know. There you go, buddy. And now the action about to get started here with these 6 competitors going to compete here in this ladder match. Jimmy Controversy finds himself in this position after scoring a huge upset win not that long ago over Mr. Amazing.
Representing the Jump Squad from Main Street, USA, weighing in at 159 pounds, Smash Zero LT.
Local talent, former world's champion, won the undercard tournament, and Jack Dennis to take a Hitman hard before the bell, and basically stole the MVWF World Championship from Dennis to take a Hitman Hart. Beast is apparently Mr. Amazing finally went to jail for unpaid child support. Finally, justice in America is done. Over the top rope, and now everyone's scrambling outside the ring to try and jockey for position to find that opening to climb the ladder and get that championship title shot at match made. Into the post! And as you can see, the mighty Skinny Wolf, one of the great legends of the MVWF, is already poised to get this thing done and over with. A man who won a cage match in like 10 seconds by letting the bell ring and immediately climbing out of the cage. He did that. Are we just gonna let him take the fucking thing? We got all 3 members of the Dark Horsemen in there. 2 members of the MVWO. The Skinny Wolf. And of course, 1/2 of the World Tag Team Champions in the form of Danger Boy. And Kid Christian these days pulling double duty, both in the MVWO and the Dark Horsemen. And now Westside Ito going to try and take a shot at it. And local talent doing some good goalkeeping. Kid Christian blocking whatever his tag team partner, Jimmy Controversy, was going for. Local talent. And Danger Boy. Oh, my God. Down goes local talent. A fall from way up high. Where's Ito going? Action all over the place. Going to be able to follow this as best I can. Controversy, the only person outside the ring. A whole bunch of other cruiserweights on the inside. Usually don't see the Wolf in the cruiserweight division. He's always competed with the heavyweights and found the cruiserweight division to be beneath him. Now Kid Christian going for glory here. Kid Christian spent all of Season 7 since retiring his father, Dan Crane, at Matchmania 777, trying to get himself a title opportunity and was stymied every time he tried. Thank you, Beast. And the chair shot's coming out for Westside Ito and the rocket kick! Ah! And Danger Boy makes him pay for it. Rocket kick! No, he caught it! And a couple of times there, LT sacrificed himself to hit that rocket kick, landing on the ladder. And you can see it took a lot out of him. And the Wolf out there just bashing people with chairs. You're not going to see that much cruiserweight style in this match, I don't think. And LT buried under a pile of rubble. Oh, one-footed drop kick. The flying kick. There's the rocket kick yet again. Man, these guys are willing to sacrifice their bodies here tonight. You're going to have to be strategic about this, gentlemen. I mean, you got to have something left come Matchmania, which is May 16th and 17th. And, of course, May 16th, we will have Unbreakable Ryan Doyle and Dan Crane in the house. I doubt they will be on the mic, but, you know, they'll be here. Oh, and a DDT on the ladder for the Skinny Wolf. And a low drop kick into a handspring. Oh, and look at Westside Ito cutting off Jimmy Controversy. Big double stomp as a follow-up. No pinfalls or submissions in this one. This one climbed the ladder to glory. And the unique opportunity briefcase hanging high above. Yeah, Beast, if you want to be on the mic for night 2, you are more than welcome. The more the merrier. Oh, and Kid Christian just clapped Local Talent with the high cross body from behind, but he hurt himself in the process and shutting down his momentum. They are down. And you can see all the scars all over the face of the Skinny Wolf. Obviously, he must have taken at least one of those fork strikes to his left eye. Controversy up in the air. Kid Christian wants that unique opportunity briefcase. He wants to prove to his father. Did! That's what he sounds like when he talks. Brooklyn Joker. In the chat. Man, Ito slammed on the floor. And there's a lot of stuff out there right now. Oh, and a meeting of the minds. Two members of the Dark Horsemen. Oh, and a German suplex from Kid Christian and Jimmy Controversy. And the Dark Horsemen tearing into each other. Look at the Wolf. Top rope. Ah! Victory roll. At least falling from the height of the second rope right there. And out goes Controversy. Out goes the Wolf. And again, things so chaotic so far in this one. We had some early attempts at the briefcase, but so far it has been a little while since anyone has had an opening to go for it. And you gotta wonder if Kid Christian isn't diving into the ring right now with that in mind. Kid Christian, right into the fire with the top rope senton. Kid Christian's favorite finishing move. And Ito's got to bail out and recover. Nice reversal right there. And again, every time somebody finds themselves in a decent position here to get something started. Oh man, a controversy went running. Oh, drop kicked into the ladder. Nowhere to go for Jimmy Controversy. Local talent caught him, power bomb. And a power bomb on the floor. These guys starting to open up with some of the heavy artillery. Ladders set up in corners. This Kid Christian having a nutty on Danger Boy. Look at him just trying to tear at the quad muscle and the shoulder muscle. Oh. And the Wolf picking his shots with the chair. Wow, 2 for 1 on that kick right there. Got to keep your head on the pivot, though. They'll catch you in your blind spot. Wow, look at the Wolf throwing a very rare kick. You don't see that out of him very often. Kid Christian may be eliminated. That's right. I do have Showtime Brian Black. It has been downloaded, Primetime. Uh-oh. Oh! Local talent was on top of the ladder and he fell all the way down. And Ito went for something right there, but Danger Boy saw it coming. Three remainders. Center of the ring, right on the ladder. You can see the wear and the tear on these guys starting to become undeniable. Oh, nice thrust kick by Local Talent. Takes out the Skinny Wolf, and Local Talent, the only man standing. Wolf caught it. Takes him out with a power bomb. Man, there's a table out there now. And it's inside the ring. And Jimmy Controversy is going for it. He's got it! Jimmy Controversy has upset everyone! He snuck in the back door! Thank you, Alicia. I will click on that when I get a chance. And look at that right there while no one was looking. And going on to Match Mania to face Dragonheart Jr. for the Cruiserweight Championship. Kurt Maple versus the Warrior Empress. Now, folks, things have, behind the scenes, been getting a little heated between management of the MVWF and the Warrior Princess. And here it is. She is undefeated in singles competition here in the MVWF so far. But she has requested that she get a little bit of backup, and going to be at ringside with her tonight is Beyond Your Souls, Miss Jiggles, going to be at ringside with her tonight to keep an eye on things, especially out there with a guy as unsavory as, well, the angriest French Canadian in all of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Kurt Maple himself. Kurt Maple believes that bacon is ham cut into circles, folks. He pays for things with a toonie. He likes to wear a toque, and he likes to tell all those hosers to take off, eh? And now he's got a tall order himself. 2 years ago, he was the Rookie of the Year when he won the World Championship in his rookie year. Yes, he is a Canadian Kurt Angle, for sure. But the Warrior Empress has shown that she's been more than up to the task when it comes to facing opponents, regardless of their gender or talent level. And now she's got a little bit of backup to watch her back here, because things, like I said, are getting a little ornery backstage for that young lady. Let's see what happens. I don't know if Kurt Maple's a divorced dad or not, but I can tell you that he's had a lease on an apartment in Calgary for like the last 3 years that he hasn't been able to get out of. He would definitely prefer to be living in Montreal. And tonight here at Power Shift, where there's so much on the line for those trying to jockey for position at Match Mania tonight. Maple! I got something to drink. I'll be okay. And now Warrior Empress is going to be going up against a former world champion here. Guy who's won some matches recently, done well for himself. Did not win the Ultimate 3, sure. But then again, neither did the Warrior Empress. And springboard. Wow! Clothesline takes him out of his shoes. Kurt Maple's in trouble early on. Now she's up to the top rope. Oh, and that big-time double moonsault right there. And Maple hesitated right there. And in spite of the fact that he had an opening, failed to capitalize. Warrior Empress. That's right, folks. Your eyes do not deceive you. That is a woman inside the ring wrestling a man in the MVWF, and we're going to be seeing more of her in the weeks and months ahead. But not if Kurt Maple decides to take her out right in front of Miss Jiggles. Miss Jiggles looking fine fine here tonight, and of course, she, of course, is tough as nails and is definitely a good choice if you need someone to add a little girl power here to watch the back. I mean, this Warrior Empress here is definitely breaking ground here in the 26 years of the MVWF. Going on just about 27 years in August. And look at this, hooks the leg. Two, almost got him after that spectacular move off the top rope right there, and she has been absolutely dominant here tonight. Equal rights, equal fights, and that is true. But of course, no one is going to have any underestimations about this young woman here. They're going to go out there, and you've already seen here the way Danger Boy has treated her, the way El Hamburguesa tried to treat her, the way things went during the Ultimate. I mean, no one has given this poor woman any quarter here. And now she is in a figure four, and she's going to have to make her own opportunities here and fight her way free or come up with a counter. C4 exploder right there takes him all the way over, and he retreats under the bottom rope. Oh, sunset flip powerbomb! And float over unprettier, right onto the face. Kurt Maple's in deep shit here. Top rope again! This time, the double rotation moonsault connects. Shoulders down. And oh, he kicked out, and she thought that was it right there. But he is still in this thing, staying alive. Jawbreaker, Kurt Maple, finally a defensive move out of him. Fastball punch in the corner, spear! Kurt Maple has been on his heels this whole time. Very little offense out of the Canadian superstar, and now Warrior Empress looking to put him away. Oh, but he dives outside the ring, and that might have bought him a moment. But is he paying attention? And they collide. I don't think she got what she was going for, but it still hit him worse than it hurt her. And Maple just casually stepped back and saw that coming. Surprised he didn't go for the ankle lock, or excuse me, the Maple lock. Not to be confused. Oh, he's going for it! He heard me! Not to be confused with Andrew Dove's Maple lock. And now, there she is! But, trying to kick her away free. Oh, man, and for the second time, Kurt Maple has attacked the leg. And now she's got a noticeable somewhat of a limp. But if she stays off her feet, roller coaster stunner! And again, high risk move! Oh, once to the well too often! And the Maple lock again! Off the ropes. Kurt Maple. Oh, underneath. You gotta wonder here, a little more than 5 minutes into this thing, if Kurt Maple hasn't weathered the storm. The last couple of minutes, it's been defensive. But he has poked a lot of holes in her offense. Clothesline went for a second time. We got some Canadians in the crowd. And German suplex, and she caught some air on that one. And now Maple needs to stay focused. Oh, no, no. Powerbomb into the corner. Shoulders down. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Man, hell of a match we are seeing here. Give Kurt Maple credit. I mean, Warrior Empress has hit this dude with everything she's had so far, and he's still in this thing. Maple now trying to overwhelm her. Maple slam on the floor. And the 20 count outside the ring. And these two taking full advantage to brawl with each other here, as I got a feeling like perhaps maybe things are getting a little emotional. And a cutter on the floor. Sends him back inside the ring. And now for, got an 8th or 9th time here, Warrior Empress to the top rope for the high-risk move. Oh, and man, Maple's starting to see it coming. Ankle lock, ankle lock. She's got to make a choice. Will she allow it to break before she quits? No. Ankle lock again. He is relentless here. He is relentless. He wants to make her submit, but once again, she refuses. Tremendous focus and temerity by Warrior Empress. Clutter! Got him! For the pin! Kick out at 2! And now to the top rope. I think people can cheer for whoever they want in whatever way they wish. And a big up kick right there, as again, Warrior Empress has tried to do everything she could do to chop Kurt Maple down. And the proud French Canadian now fielding a flurry of clotheslines, stuck underneath, up in the air, drop kick knocks him down. And now she's starting to fire up here, where it seemed as though for a few moments there, she was starting to lose her grip on this match. Oh, but a long time to make that cover. She got him! Will I call it an upset? I mean, Kurt Maple is a former MVWF World Champion. He did it in his rookie year. Yeah, for like the last year or so, he's been in something of a slump ever since he lost the title. But he's won a lot of his recent matches, and now Warrior Empress here, victorious, shutting down his momentum. And still undefeated in singles competition is Warrior Empress, showing one event and match at a time that she belongs. And if you don't believe me, and you don't want to believe her, well, then I would suggest that you go out there and you tell her otherwise. Congratulations, Warrior Empress. Holy smokes, am I going to fuck up all the music cues on this one. You know what? I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you, Tyrese. I mean, there was definitely about maybe a minute of that match where Kurt Maple went on a flurry of submission holds to try and get the Empress to submit. She would not submit. It was her temerity. It was her obstinance. It was her strength that pushed her forward through what was essentially a very calculated comeback on the part of the very experienced and very skilled Kurt Maple. But it was the onslaught of moves. And give Kurt Maple credit, because I'll say this, I mean, what it took for Warrior Empress to put him down. And for a moment there, it was also starting to seem like her strategy was starting to lose its luster a little bit there, because the high risk moves were starting to not work anymore, which gave Kurt Maple the opening to start going for those submissions. But again, once Warrior Empress finally hit the move that needed to be hit, it was over. Kurt Maple was, the gas tank was done. There was no more obstinance out of the very stubborn and angry French Canadian. Now, this match right here, folks, championship opportunity is on the line here tonight. The #1 contendership for a MVWF World Money Championship title match. Now, folks, just about all 5 of these guys here have some kind of motivation to be here tonight. El Toro, all the way on the right. Now with his big, long dreads now. Just lost his 2nd championship title reign just recently. Well, he is in this match obviously because, again, if you lose a championship twice, it's going to be very, very difficult without qualifying for it to get another title shot. So like the rematch clause type things aren't going to be afforded to you when you keep losing the belts. And that is the situation where El Toro finds himself, a very popular figure here in the MVWF, don't get me wrong. But Warhammer has returned. Look at him. 2nd from the right here, the former bodyguard of the Bones Enterprises, W. Styles, if you will, now just Warhammer, was unbelievably dominant during the Ultimate 3 just last week. And man, what a return for him that was. Brooklyn Joker had a cup of coffee with the MVWF World Championship. And now one of the biggest stars in e-fetting here finds himself with an opening and a clear path here right through these other 4 guys to a big-time match at the biggest show of the year, Matchmania 8. Atticus Black, former MVWF World Money Champion. Folks, if you want the backstory on this one, well, brother, we're going to have to shoot on that one. Atticus Black and Brandon Bones, and should I say Brandon Bones and Kelly Black, do not get along. And, of course, I got a feeling like maybe Atticus here might have caught a few strays on this one. You see, Atticus Black fought his way, winning a 5-way match at Matchmania 777 and won himself a shot at the MVWF World Money Championship. And after a controversial move on his part, in the NWA, there was a match that was being built up between Brandon Bones and Diamond Sky. And Diamond Sky and Brandon Bones had a war of words for, I shit you not, over a year. And this match was getting close to happening in the NWA, and Atticus Black to try and troll Brandon Bones. And again, he had full rights to do this. You know, he can do what he wants in his own federation, sure. But he announced that he was going to give away the Brandon Bones Diamond Sky match in Chaos Regional Wrestling. Well, Brandon Bones pleaded with them not to give away that match that he had spent so much time building up in the NWA. But, of course, you know how everybody gets precious about talking about other federations and people's fucking chats, and Brandon Bones always gets in fucking trouble for doing shit like that. And, quite frankly, the MVWF's position on that in any official capacity has been, I don't give a fuck about, like, getting precious about that sort of shit. But I did want to protect, or should say Brandon Bones wanted to protect, at least that match for the sake of this match that he had been building with Dragonheart, out of respect for Dragonheart. Now, they said in their defense that Dragonheart wouldn't care, and they were probably not wrong about that. But ultimately, Brandon Bones still had something at stake here, and he asked them to remove Brandon Bones from Chaos Regional Wrestling so they wouldn't do the match. And so they, to their credit, actually honored that. Well, then we had the Brandon Bones match and Diamond Sky match in the NWA, and Brandon Bones squashed her. So what fucking difference did it make whether or not they did it or not? But it didn't feel right for Atticus Black to continue to be booked under the thumb of Brandon Bones in the MVWF, so we removed him from the MVWF, stripped him of the World Money Championship that he had just won, and recently he asked to be returned to, to the MVWF, and Brandon Bones accepted. And so now here it is, after a victory or two under his belt and an impressive performance in the Ultimate 3, Atticus Black now goes for a championship opportunity for a championship that he did not lose. And he's got to go through these four men here tonight, and that I haven't even started talking about Ricky the Dragon Steam Honk. Ricky the Dragon Steam Honk is basically a member of the MVWO, a reluctant member of the MVWO, and the reluctance is all on behalf of the MVWO, where he forced his way into them, where a stipulation where he won a 3-on-1 match against 3 members of the MVWO. And then, of course, as a result of that, like saying that he's not worthy of being in their faction and all of that, but he was the anchor at Survivor Series on the EWF channel, where Ricky the Dragon Steam Honk once again found himself 3 versus 1, the one remaining member of the MVWO versus 3 remaining members of the EWF, and he nearly beat all 3 of them. So does Ricky the Dragon Steamboat already deserve some kind of opportunity just by default? Probably. But here he is going to have to earn it one more time in this Extreme Rules match, folks. And holy shit, what a lineup of 5 straight up badasses here. Let's get it on. I have no idea about the order in which everyone's coming out, which means I'm totally gonna fuck this up. And of course, historically, my good friend Pat here, his real name is Pat, he loves to wear the $1 million belt. Steam Honk! So you got to understand that perhaps maybe Steam Honk has a resentment for the rest of the MVWO because as far as he's concerned, he's been carrying his weight as of late. He's been tearing it up in the EWF. He's been tearing it up in the MVWF. And here it is, he's doing this Ricky Steamboat cosplay thing, and he still refuses to wrestle like Ricky Steamboat. Oh, yeah, here we go. And in Damian Andrews' opinion, the uncrowned MVWF World Money Champion, Atticus Black. And look at this right here, folks. His mushrooms are about to kick in right here. Ooh, buddy. Somebody's tripping balls. And of course, Atticus Black, I mean, click on a e-fed somewhere and you'll see him competing there. Atticus Black, like I said, anywhere you look, you'll see him there. LTD, NWA, EWF, Chaos Regional Wrestling, his home federation, his wife's federation, Blood Moon Wrestling Federation. Now I'm gonna hit this vape. He is intense. And he wants his fucking title back. Brandon Bones, you piece of shit. Sambra in the chat. Hello, sir. Good to meet you. Temple in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Sawyer has a big match here tonight. Atticus Black apparently here to tell everyone their life is a lie. That's right, folks. All his dreads are way up, tied up in that hat. It's Brooklyn Joker! Well, Sambra, I got some good news for you. Some very specific thank yous for you, sir. Because you are the 100th subscriber to the MVWF. I knew, Beast, you beat me to it, buddy. You beat me to it. And of course, just like Atticus Black, turn your head in the direction of an E-Fed and you'll see Brooklyn Joker there, in my opinion, the biggest star in E-Fedding today.
Come on, God, answer me. 'Cause for years I'm asking you why. Why are the innocent dead and the guilty alive? Where is justice? Where is punishment?
The Warhammer! Boy, he was so impressive in Ultimate 3. He went out there and was exactly what he was, folks. Everything he said he was. And when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And the Warhammer pounded them into the ground. Back from his tour of Japan and Southeast Asia and Polynesia, the Warhammer, an international superstar. And now here he is once again in the MVWF. Oh shit! Wrong music, baby!
And representing the new millennium.
I knew you'd fuck it up, Brandon Bones!
Drops. Somebody's getting folded.
And listen to this crowd explode!
Not a myth, not a mask, I'm a real deal, bro. When the bell go ding, everybody know.
El Toro!
Pressure in the ring, head down, full charge, I don't feel a thing. El Toro, yeah, Cameroon. One hit, one fight, one ring, no bull. I don't fly, I don't dance, I advance, I attack, straight power in my stance.
El Toro, a two-time former World Money Champion. And you can see he's not in a good mood today. You know he's gone through it here. He fought and battled, oftentimes doing double duty on the single show to try and climb the ladder to get to where he got. And you can see almost kind of that just dull look in his eyes, like he is just perhaps maybe mentally shut down. He's gonna have to pull it together here.
One hit, one fight, one ring, no ball. No cape, no crown, just a beast unleashed. Every step closer means you're closer to defeat. I don't need luck, I don't need a cheat. I heard every word when my boots hit the beat. Momentum heavy like the weight of the world. I break through the line, watch the future get curled. You can run, you can hide, but the count won't save you.
Time to ring the fucking bell. Oh man, the crowd live for this. Oh, right on his head. Well, Atticus Black looking to mess with the horns. Will he get the bull? Warhammer. Ah, just slams Steam Honk. I mean, if you look at it right here, Steam Honk looks way out of place with these other four guys here, these bruisers. More of a technique guy, more of a psychology guy is Steam Honk, but that's what's going to make him different here tonight. If he's got the cunning and guile and the quickness to stay out of the crosshairs of these four big beasts, if he can pick his spots, stay in the corner of their eye, he can be successful, but I don't see him standing face to face and toe to toe with people like the Warhammer or with Brooklyn Joker. Oh, look at Warhammer now, just intimidating Steam Honk, who just rolls away like the quick little slippery shit that he is. And look, it worked. Wow, they both went for it and got nothing. Knee strike. Steam Honk going for the cover. Real early on. Oh, a long 2 count there on El Toro. I gotta wonder if he's okay. Okay, I'll take care of that logo for you, Temple. A little too late for today, but I'll get rid of it for the next show. Oh, look at that. Warhammer staying right in position right there. Picked his spot on those clotheslines really well. And I gotta wonder if Warhammer hasn't come back from his foreign excursion here a much more composed and solid competitor than he was before that he left. I mean, they always say, to learn different styles and different ways of thinking about your approach to your wrestling style, go to a different company. Learn the house style there. Atticus Black looking to try it. Oh, a double net backbreaker there on El Toro. El Toro in trouble. And this is elimination. And no one was going to come to El Toro's rescue. Joker headbutt. We've seen Joker doing some pretty outlandish things as of late. Oh, look at him blowing snot on El Toro. Oh! Smacks him with his sack. Oh, German suplex on the floor. He may be a Warhammer, but he's an anvil of a man. Uh-oh, but Atticus Black had him up there, but could not get him cinched in position to drop him. Ooh, and again, Warhammer. El Toro having to gather himself here. Here comes Steam Honk to greet him. Referee Smelny checking on El Toro. Joker going for a cover. Referee way long out of position. Not that I think it would have mattered right there, but a strong kick out by Warhammer. I mean, El Toro thinks in the chat saying how small he looks, but you're very big, in fact. You're just in there with a bunch of fucking giants. You're bigger than Steam Honk. I mean, if you were wrestling Steam Honk right now, you'd be overpowering him. Excuse me. But man, action all over the place. Brooklyn Joker got the first set of thumbtacks here, and Steam Honk almost stole one on Warhammer. Brooklyn Joker's the one that's been pounding Warhammer into the ground, and Steam Honk gonna try and pick the bones. But now Atticus Black grabs a hold of Steam Honk, up in the air. Oh no. Clotheslines him down. Atticus Black now after the Warhammer. Action all over the place, and you got to know that El Toro out there in his bare feet, the thumbtacks everywhere, gonna really make his life more difficult. And again, the chaotic nature of this match, and the referee gonna very likely, you go for a cover or try to do a finish here, gonna be very far out of position. And Warhammer went for something, got nothing. He's definitely beat up, thanks to amazingly even larger Brooklyn Joker. And a suplex. And a dramatic kick out, even though there wasn't really even a count going on. Warhammer just being The overwhelming killer whale that he is. And now Steamhawk in trouble. Cover way up on the north side there by El Toro. Look at this Warhammer just hitting everything that moves. Oh, and man, Brandon Bones taught him that move when he was in the Bones Enterprises. Atticus Black may be out. And perhaps Warhammer's sending a message to Atticus Black in that regard. Oh, Steamhawk dropped on his head. And we got a road call to Brooklyn Joker. Calling out Brooklyn. Oh, and just dunks him with it. Bunks. Oh, man, a swing. Full-on swing that was awesome. And a kick to the head for William Styles. Explodes his face. Warhammer kicking out, hanging tough, buddy. This capacity crowd here for the MVWF. The go-home show before Match Mania 8, nights 1 and 2 on May 16th and 17th. Oh, they collide. Steamhawk gets slammed. Atticus now, Del Toro, dropped on his head from the brainbuster on the floor. And more thumbtacks. And a knee strike, El Toro. Atticus Black kicks out at 2 and El Toro can't believe it. Look at Steamhawk talking shit to Brooklyn Joker. Says, come on over here. Brooklyn Joker's like, okay. And he picks him up and slams him on the stairs! Oh my God! Oh! El Toro blown into the crowd! Holy fucking shit! It is Extreme Rules, motherfuckers! El Toro fighting his way! Oh, and gets tracked back over the railing. This match is insane. Look at them. They're fucking beat. I ain't got no more in the gas tank. Stop hurting me. Stop hurting me, please. Oh, what the fuck happened right there? I think Warhammer might have had his back broke. Knee strike, El Toro. Atticus Black, is he finished? Yes! No shade to Atticus Black. This match has been absolutely brutal. To have survived it this long is a badge of honor. And El Toro fighting for his very soul here tonight. Some very tough losses for that young man. You know it's bothering him. You can see it in the way he's behaving here tonight. Oh, fuck, that sucked. You can see William Styles, the Warhammer covered in sweat, and a choke slam! Will Steve Hawk be done here? No, he's not done. What a fucking match this is! Whoa! Brooklyn Joker just saved his own life! Oh, and he got caught in the DDT! Joker feels like he's got this one. Final 4 here, out of 5. You know these guys can't have very much of... What's this? A Dragon Sleeper! A Dragon Sleeper! El Toro! El Toro's in trouble! No! He was about to tap, and he punched his way free! And now W Styles is here to rock! Bam! The guitar from behind! Oh, no! Man, I gotta tell you something. Brooklyn Joker versus Warhammer has to happen one-on-one here. Brooklyn Joker has not at all been intimidated by Warhammer whatsoever. Oh, from behind, Steve Hawk! And what did I tell you about the cunning and the guile of Steve Hawk? Boom! El Toro likes to rock and roll too, baby. Action camera here trying to keep up with all this action, as action cameras tend to do. Steam Honk now going to try and steal one on El Toro. Kick out of 2. We saw Steam Honk earlier slammed on the steps. We saw El Toro just get blown into the air like he got in a car crash and flew over the railing, onto the concrete, into the crowd. That was unfucking believable. Oh my God, knee strike. Oh my God, I cannot believe that the Warhammer is gone. I mean, but I gotta say, Brooklyn Joker basically targeted the Warhammer from the beginning here. Oh! Neckbreaker on the stairs! 1, 2, kick out of 2! And look who's still out there. The 2 smallest men in the match and one of the biggest men of the match. Oh, Steam Hawk gonna try and steal it here. El Toro doesn't let him! Ooh, and El Toro goes rotted into the steps. Flesh meeting steel. And a side dragon leg sweep. Steam Honk has Brooklyn Joker isolated. And I think El Toro may have dumped out some more thumbtacks inside the ring. And now he's got another bag of thumbtacks. Oh, he just walks right through it. Because he don't give a fuck. He will walk through the fire tonight to get that shot at his World Money Championship. But will Steam Honk be the spoiler? Man, Joker, it took everything he had throughout this match to take out the Warhammer. I got a feeling like he don't have much left in the tank. And I feel like Steam Honk has been, in spite of the punishment he's taken here tonight, has probably been the one who's taken the least. Oh, right into the waiting arms of El Toro. Joker now, choke slam, boom! Steam Honk gonna try and steal it. Joker kicked out, and man, Steam Honk can't fucking believe it. Knee strike just like his brother. And now with Joker down, he feels like perhaps maybe he can isolate El Toro. And instead, he eats the steel, and it doesn't taste good. Perhaps a power shift. Oh, look at this. Ah! Steam Honk, he survived it, but he didn't survive the back heel kick. And look at Joker and El Toro converging. Nope. I thought they were going to double team Steam Honk, but they went after each other. Full Nelson by Joker. Toro powers his way out. Thrown right into Joker. Oh, and there's the power and size and strength of Brooklyn Joker. El Toro, fastball punch. Both men down. No one to be the spoiler here. Joker's gone. And the two smallest men in the match are the final two. But look who it is. Two men who, by definition of their name, are survivors. Oh, now Steam Honk's head's busted wide open, and his body covered in bruises. And here he comes with the steel steps. Ooh, power bomb. Oh, the knee strike right into the barricade. Oh, here it comes. El Toro, go to sleep. Oh, my God. And El Toro can't believe Steam Honk kicked out. Again, goes forward again. Boom.
Can't stop when I move, whole arena shake. Red eyes in the dark, yeah, I dominate. Not a miss, not a mask, I'm the real deal, bro. When the bell go ding, everybody know it's El Toro. Pressure in the ring, head down, full charge, I don't feel it. One hit, one fight, one ring, no bull.
El Toro, you know I loved every fucking second of that, dude. Man, it took two of them to put the mighty Steam Honk down. And two eliminations throughout the match, man. I gotta give it to him. El Toro looked like such an underdog going into this thing here tonight. Like the crowd, the field was just too crowded for him. Congratulations, sir. Well earned. What a fucking match that was.
Stand your ground. Fucking move. No mercy. No bull.
Man, here, that was after getting slammed. He got crashed into the steel steps at one point there, and he was kicking out. I mean, Toro was definitely in some vulnerable positions throughout this match. Look right here, boom, the choke slam, boom, on the floor. Look at him, he went limp like a fish right there. And give it up for Steam Honk. I mean, as cunning and as dirty a player as a guy like Steam Honk is, you gotta respect him, man. He really went the distance here. He keeps going the distance in all these kinds of situations. Man, Brooklyn Joker getting eliminated right there. And I think El Toro just played the isolation game. Kicked out of the first go to sleep, but the second one right there goes for the cover. Look at it, El Toro really centered his patience here at the end. Boom, to hit that shit and cover him. Right here for the 1, 2, and 3. Dude, I'm fucking proud I am of that match right now. Holy fucking shit, bro. You know what I mean? That was fucking awesome. Now, the turncoat of the MVWF, the Benedict Arnold of the MVWF, prime time Sean Sanders now put into a situation with another guy that Brandon Bones apparently isn't that thrilled with right now. Sawyer, or should I say Temple. Well, we'll get to Temple in a second. Primetime Sean Sanders betrayed the MVWF the day after being given his rematch for the World's Heavyweight Championship. And he fought Dragonheart Sr. to a draw. And he has yet to have another title match for that championship. And Brandon Bones seems very, very unconcerned about this at this very moment. Especially since definitely booked for one of the 2 nights of Matchmania is the very first primetime Sean Sanders Father Peace Brandon Bones match in the MVWF. The dream match, Bones versus Sanders. A year and a half in the making is this match. But Brandon Bones has decided to put something in the way of primetime Sean Sanders by irritating another person he's not particularly thrilled with at this very moment. For those of you who watch Beyond Your Soul Wrestling with Miss Jiggles and Fusion, will know that Temple Plays, the creator of Sawyer, who competes here on his behalf here in the MVWF, well, there's been something of a romantic comedy going on over there as Brandon Bones and Pamela Pancake have just been missing each other, man, and never finding love. And what does Temple do? Well, Monday night on the BYS channel, Brandon Bones will go one-on-one. 2 out of 3 falls with his potential love interest, Pamela Pancakes. And so now Sawyer is going to be forced into this match here with primetime Sean Sanders, and they're going to be expected to destroy each other. 2 out of 3 falls here tonight. And if they both eliminate each other, all the better for Brandon Bones. Because after all, what choice do they have? What choice do they have? So here it is, Sawyer being something of an involuntary assassin here, got to really be annoying him when he definitely would rather be getting his hands back on guys like Local Talent, who he was having such trouble with during his early tenure here in the MVWF. That is a score he has yet to settle. But this is a very big match for Sawyer, all the same, against the former World's Heavyweight Champion, primetime Sean Sanders, former World Tag Team Champion, primetime Sean Sanders, and he's going to have Warhammer at ringside.
My cranium is vibranium. My brain is uranium and titanium. 45s who aiming and organize the stadium. Tell them, take cover, I warned you not to play with them. The borderline war crimes, you gotta wait with them. Who came to save the day and brought the K with them? To read the people's chant from the equal team, trying to keep it clean. Long as all my people solid dean, I've been in the music scene. Long as leads making salaries, still accumulating calories. Demonstrating how to freeze Senegalese, Genovese, I've been a reason to freeze.
And this young man has the biggest match of his career coming up in just a couple of weeks here against Father Peace Brandon Bones, the dream match.
The ridiculous rhyme scheme, the stick to the grind game, the hell with the hygiene, it's a dirty bomb, word is 7:30 time, disaster level 9/11 meets 11-9, catastrophe beyond incredible, I redefine the 7th sign, faster, scarier, mass hysteria from Damascus, Syria to Middle America school, cafeterias and cul-de-sacs, I told you that, the boss is back, you know what I'm saying?
And these two men, of course, have history together in LTD. And it is appropriate that Power Trip's Executioner's Axe is the theme song here tonight, because that is what Sawyer is expected to be here, to perhaps take the head and deliver it to Brandon Bones. And you can see him holding that lantern symbolically. Sly Cooper in the house. Sly Cooper in the main event tonight. What a meteoric rise for that young man here in the MVWF. Double champion, are you kidding me? And the boos are raining down. Sawyer has not endeared himself here to anyone in the MVWF for certain. And boy, look, if they know each other, they will. Oh! And they just darted right at each other, and Primetime ate a spear. What a start to this one. Got Warhammer at ringside, so Primetime, he's got to feel comfortable out there. He's got to feel like his back is being watched. And remember, folks, this one, 2 out of 3 falls, half-hour time limit. Primetime, big dude, yes he is, but he's known for his stamina. He can go into deep waters when he wants to. Oop, went for that German suplex, but Sawyer dead weighted him a little too early for that, perhaps. Oh, still going for it. And again, Sawyer knows his man very, very well. In a body block. And for the second time, he knocks Primetime down. Primetime with some sharp strikes now sends him off the ropes, up in the air. Uh-oh, uh-oh, got him! Ratings crash, kicks out of 2. Oh, what a power move! Absolutely dominating spin, sent him through the spin cycle. Primetime now struggles to his feet. Sawyer, high risk move. Ah, Primetime, well scouted. Like I said before, these guys know each other very, very well. And another spear. And perhaps Primetime should start seeing that coming. Stomps him on the point of impact now. Look at Sawyer just like, fuck this. I'm just going to choke this dude. And again, Sawyer has always come across as a very cerebral character. If he decides to start chopping Primetime down, picking a body part. But Primetime will not be denied. What is happening here? Uh-oh. 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 Something is happening here. Primetime seems very distracted by whatever it could be, but no! Oh, see, Primetime, he's so paranoid. He's so paranoid that Brandon Bones is going to do something to him. And perhaps even having the security of the Warhammer at ringside isn't going to be enough, but there's the German suplex. Primetime, German suplex again, and Sawyer has to stop the momentum. Oh, rams him into the barricade. Oh, drops him on the LED board. False alarm, apparently. Primetime was convinced there for a moment that somebody was coming in to interfere in this match. And no such luck. German suplex for Sawyer. And he's in trouble. He's taken 3 of those now. Primetime look. Oh, double underhook. Oh, Tiger suplex. Sawyer's in trouble. Primetime now up on the second rope and big time fist drop. And Sawyer just reeling in the pain. Wow, spin kick. That might be the knockout shot. Melody in position. Kick out at 2. Remember, this is still 2 out of 3 falls. Sawyer can afford to lose the first one if he has to. I wouldn't advise it. But it's not the end of the world if you do. And Sawyer been so overwhelmed with the suplexes now, finds himself with an opening. And sends him through the sands of time. And kick out at 2 by Primetime. Now perhaps a risky move here on Sawyer's part, but an elbow shot right to the top of the head stuns Primetime. He's been hit with a couple of very nasty spears tonight. Reversal off the ropes. Primetime just forcing his will through the offense of Sawyer. Oh, man. Rolling slam there. Primetime full impact on the mat with all that weight coming down on top of him in just that same impact spot where it was hit with the 2 spears. Ooh. And now perhaps Sawyer working on the overall core strength. A Primetime who's now, again, never taking a step back. Looking to fire himself up. Sawyer, wow, look at the craftiness right there. Got underneath the offense. Primetime bops him on the head. Oh, this might be the game changer. Oh, man. Package pile driver. And Primetime knocked silly now. Shoulders down. And Primetime survives the first fall, and Sawyer getting frustrated. Both these guys, indeed, I guess. Warhammer. Oh, and just drops the bomb on him. Warhammer watching closely here. But Sawyer surviving the onslaught. DDT! Right onto his face. Sawyer now slow to make the cover. Hooks the leg, though. Kick out at 2. And that one I might have to put on Sawyer. I think he might have had that if he'd been a little more on top of him. Or perhaps the long history between these two got him trying to score points or something. Primetime Sky Twister press connects. First fall, no. Sawyer digging deep. Does Sawyer love the pain? That's what they say. I mean, oh, and a bit of a miscalculation on the part of Primetime, and another spear for the first fall, and a comeback, no. Sawyer all the way up on the top rope for the high-risk move. Will he need to risk it all? Will he hit the senton this time? He does! He missed it earlier, so he avenged it. Oh, he saw that Primetime was retreating under the bottom rope and decided to change his strategy. Pulls him by the dreads into the ring. And Primetime firing up with the piston rights. God, he's got such unlimited reserves of stamina. Ability to absorb punishment. Big time full Nelson slam. Here come the strikes. Sawyer is stunned, and now he's busted open from the dynamite forearm of Primetime Shawn Sanders. Sleeper hold. Good night, Irene! Good night, Irene! Message being sent to Brandon Bones! Sawyer! Will he give it up? Will he go to sleep? No! Or maybe that move isn't going to be good enough to put Sawyer away. But he was definitely sending a shot over the bow. Sky Twister press. First fall. 1, 2, 3. Wow. And a leg drop misses. Clothesline on the top rope right there. Sawyer is now down by 1. What a message being sent by Primetime. But Sawyer still not out of the water here. Oh, low drop kick there. That elbow drop may be the turning point when he missed it right there. Oh, slick move. The leverage right there. Got underneath him. Uranagi slam. Quick pin. To knot it up. Yes. Sawyer knotted it up, as Dragonheart would say. And now 12 minutes into this thing almost, and Primetime may be looking to put this thing away. Up in the air, holding him there, superplex. Full impact and all that blood rushing to his head. Yes, it is. Up over the top he goes. Oh my God! What a daring daredevil move by Primetime! Sawyer has managed to tie it up at least here. He still has a chance to be a spoiler. "20 counts in the MVWF. Smelly continuing the count. Sawyer inside the ring. Primetime, of course, taking so much punishment in this match so far tonight. What a fucking explosive move that was he did when he dove over the top. Uh-oh. Primetime gonna suplex him to the floor! Holy shit! And here, just days and hours before Match Mania 8, these guys are putting it all on the line. And Sawyer doesn't want this to end in a count out. So he drags Primetime back inside the ring to perhaps maybe finish him off and put this thing away. What a match we are seeing here between these two. Oh, a back body drop. Perhaps that will be the turning point here in the third fall. It is 1-1. One fall apiece. And the ratings crash. Boom! He got him. Shoulders down. Kick out at 2. Yeah, bitch. You like that, bitch? That's what Warhammer's saying. You like that shit, bitch? Get punched in the face, bitch. And now, Primetime going for it. Oh, but this time the knees came up. Nobody got him. Primetime survived the impact. Oh, but he couldn't get him up. That's the core strength leaving him. The spears earlier in the match. Primetime. And just splashes him in the corner. This is Sawyer's moment to perhaps be the spoiler. The Sawyer effect. DDT! And he kicks out a 2! And the look of disbelief on Sawyer's face. Effect in the wind? Okay. Oh, you mean the spinning senton. Yeah, all right, I got you, Sawyer. And again, perhaps the effect in the moonsault! Sawyer changing it up! Oh, but it wasn't enough to keep Primetime down, and he hit that full impact, too. Primetime's gonna wreck him here. Boom! Oh, he wants to dip his balls in it. Man, some shit talk from Primetime tonight. Hopefully he stays focused and he doesn't get distracted. I mean, several times in this match, he has been obviously sending messages with the decisions that he's made in this match. And Sawyer bleeding profusely here. Perhaps another statement being made by Primetime. Oh, nice body block. Oh, Uranagi on the floor. Sawyer now, how about this, an ankle lock? Oh, and he's sitting down with it. Primetime. He's in pain, reaching for the ropes. Reaching for the ropes. Reaching for the ropes. Will he tap? Primetime. The pin out. He taps. Wow. You know Primetime is gonna be livid. And has Sawyer done something here to elevate his status in the eyes of Brandon Bones by taking out Primetime here tonight? By submission! What a victory here! And a comeback, I would have to say, for this man. Now, another championship opportunity is in front of us, and it takes place inside the Death Chamber. These 6 individuals, Shadow, the Beast, Unbreakable Ryan Doyle, Gigi, Rockstar, and the Sensei, Mark Zaleski. Whoever wins the Death Chamber here tonight will get the first title shot on night 1 of Match Mania 8 to go on to face Tyrese Blake for the championship on night 2. Folks, can you believe this? So Beast, Gigi, Doyle, Rockstar, Sensei, Shadow. This is your final chance. And I gotta say, 2 guys in this match already have a history of being in this position at this point of the year before Match Mania. Doyle and Sensei Mark Zaleski have been bridesmaids more than once to have made it to the final position in the Death Chamber before getting eliminated and someone else going on to take the title shot. Sensei Mark Zaleski has never main evented Match Mania. Doyle main evented Match Mania 3. He was Wrestler of the Year in Season 1. Tag Team of the Year in Season 1, Wrestler of the Year in Season 2. In spite of the fact that he only had a cup of coffee with the championship, that's how good his matches were. And here also, in the back door, is the Beast from the EWF here, with a prime time, if you will, opportunity. And of course, one of Brandon Bone's favorite wrestlers from the NWA, former 2-time MVWF World Money Champion, Shadow, the Phenom, the student of the Phenom, if you will. With the biggest opportunity of his career in this match. And let us not also... Hey, Blaze, in the chat. What's up, buddy? Gigi recently had a World Championship opportunity against Dragonheart, the currently defending MVWF World Champion. And by the rules of the match anyway, went to a draw. Scored the first fall on the champion. Again, all the momentum was in his favor. But the match was so good, the crowd demanded that the match continue. And it was at that clutch position that Dragonheart Sr. made the move, put Gigi away. Gigi could have walked away with potentially another shot at the title from the draw, having won the first fall. But it was such a hot match, and the crowd demanded it. And Gigi didn't want to walk away without the belt, and he put all his chips in, and he failed. Rockstar, the face of the EWF, in there with his boss, the Beast. So you got to wonder how he's going to feel. The EWF has a presence here to steal the MVWF Championship all the same. And those 2 men, the Beast and the Rockstar, are basically being saddled with that task. And I'm going to fuck up the music because I don't know the order because it's completely fucking random. Oh. That isn't the right music. The Sensei! Sensei Mark Selesky, the legend killer himself, enters the first pod. Who is next? Oh no, baby! It's the Beast! The Beast, the owner of the EWF. Oh, that was unnecessary, announcer guy. The Beast! Sparing no expense on the pyro tonight for the owner of the EWF. The Beast enters the demonic structure into the pod where he is nice and cozy and safe for now. Oh, it's Rockstar! Shit!
And representing the Jump Squad from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 259 pounds.
And this young man with the opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, multi-time championship winner in the EWF. I would consider him the face of the EWF. And now he's got a very clear instruction and path towards the Night 1 title shot against Dragonheart at Matchmania 8. And he looks over at the Beast. And enters the pod. Here he comes, everyone. The student of the Phenom. Shadow. Two-time World Money Champion, the very first World Money Champion, in fact. Created entirely by Dragonheart himself. And this, as far as his MVWF career goes, is his biggest opportunity and the first chance he's ever had a path to the MVWF title. Intense presence everywhere he goes. He does not speak, he does not cut promos. But what he does do is give people tombstone pile drivers. Folks, the resume on this man is second to none. Three-time former world champion, Tag Team of the Year Season 1, Wrestler of the Year Season 2, Main Event in Match Mania 3, that is some of the greatest matches of all time, two-time Royal Rumble winner, and the chief of the Match Vegas World Order. Unbreakable Ryan Doyle is, of course, one of the pillars of the original MVWF, don't get me wrong. And now he's looking for that one sweet, sweet chance to get back in the main event of Match Mania. And here's a young man with probably the biggest opportunity of his career. And marching his way down to the ring is Gigi. Gigi very popular here in the MVWF. The fans sure do love him, and they were behind him against Dragonheart. You might consider him a long shot here tonight, but don't count him out. Look at Gigi just staring down all the guys in the pods. Oh, and just runs right into Doyle for the first elimination. That almost got him. Holy shit. Gigi went for it right there. Oh, Doyle stopped the German suplex. You can't German suplex Ryan Doyle, but he can give you the Bukkake Tsunami! Gigi now in trouble. Shoulders down. 1, 2. No, not even a 2 count. 1 count. 1 count. Doyle been calling everyone a choke artist lately. Gigi eats the top rope. Look at Doyle just staring down Shadow right there. Giving him a piece of his mind and a sledge off the second rope. And now he's going to the top rope. Not usually his MO. And a double sledge off the top. Right into the haircut of Gigi. Gigi fires back, kicks him off. Here come the strikes. And an uppercut right under the iron chin of the Irish Warrior, Ryan Doyle. Uh-oh. And now the countdown begins as far as who the next participant is going to be. It's the Beast! And remember, he just had a one-on-one match with Doyle not that long ago and defeated him. But the Beast now going to try and take out Gigi and kick out at 2. You see Sensei getting ready. His presence soon to be felt inside the Death Chamber. DDT on the platform. A nice backbreaker from Gigi. His Shadow watches on. Nice drop kick. Catches Gigi. Sends him headfirst into the chain link cage. And they go to sleep. But Doyle right behind him and drops him. Right on the platform, 2 count only. Doyle maybe thinking humanure. Yes, yes he is. Gigi gets dropped on his head. And not even his haircut can protect him from the humanure. And he kicks out. With Match Mania on the line, smelling he counts only 2. And Rockstar is out next. Every competitor now being cautious. And perhaps maybe this might not be the time of the year to be that way. You really got to kind of stick your neck out if you want to go to the main event at Match Mania 8. Should I do an arena reveal for the Match Mania stadiums at the end of the show? Perhaps I'll do that. Oh, and Beast goes over the top rope and a super kick. And Rockstar looking to get the first elimination here in the Death Chamber. And Doyle kicks out at 2. Oh, Gigi takes a high risk and he gets nothing for it. Beast busts open Gigi, going for the cover after the Cyclone kick, and he's gone! Beast gets the first elimination before everyone is even out of all the pods. Good counter move right there. Doyle gets taken for a ride. And Gigi now going on the walk of shame. And the two remaining in there. Ah, Shadow! Uh-oh, Rockstar! Four gets curb stomped! And Beast now in the Hell's Gate! Will he tap? No. He's fighting his way out. Oh, and maybe Beast might have caught a little bit of that. And Doyle now diving off that cage onto Rockstar. Rockstar kicks out at 2. The old man Sensei waiting patiently to enter this ring here, this cage, this death chamber. Oh, and Beast was not able to complete the move. And he gets sledged from behind. And he kicks out at 2. And I don't think Shadow was that surprised. Into the corner. Beast gets caught. Rockstar laying in the shots on Doyle, but Doyle fights his way free and clotheslines his head off. And now, finally, Sensei will be unleashed. The Sensei of Cobra Kai now entering this match with one opponent already eliminated and a huge advantage over all the remaining competitors. 5 final finalists here before the main event of Mania 8. And Cyclone kick off the second rope. And Sensei now going for the high risk big time moonsault. Don't get eliminated! And Rockstar kicks out at 2. And kick out at 1. Oh, folks. Uh-oh. Oh, look at Sensei to the top rope. Double sledge on the base. Sensei said before this match he was going to target the Beast. He didn't want any of these, as he called them, EWF people in the main event at Mania. And Rockstar eliminates Doyle! But that being said, Sensei is the one pure-blood MVWF competitor that's still in this thing. And the championship title is on the line. Main event still to come, folks. Dragonheart Sr., Dragonheart Jr. teaming with Sly Cooper against Brandon Bones. I can't remember who. Shit. Brandon Bones, Tyrese Blake, and Jeremy Love. Oh, Shadow may have gone for a huge dive. You see the Beast in the background. Now Shadow gonna try to eliminate Rockstar, but no such luck. And look at this huge abdominal stretch on Shadow. Couldn't get him to submit. And now Beast having to put friendship aside here. He wants to be in the main event of Matchmania 8. To Beast, the owner of the EWF. A dream match against Dragonheart. Are you kidding me? Anyone that Dragonheart that has here would be a dream match. And it would be the main event of night 1. And the winner goes on to face Tyrese Blake in the main event of night 2. Oh, Cyclone kick for the Sensei! To Beast, goes for the elimination! Oh, Sensei gets our left shoulder up! Oh, and he moves out of the way of Shadow! Shadow shuts him down. Rockstar entering the scenario. Big power slam onto Beast. And Rockstar can't be bothered to try and save him, and Beast kicks out anyway. Sensei now, maybe thinking Steve Perry press. Oh, the knees come up. Shadow, gotta keep your head on the pivot, kid. Oh, brain buster! And this might be the pile driver! And it is Rockstar! Oh my God, and I guess the hesitation, the delay right there on the referee's part might have bought Shadow the extra half second he needed. Rockstar over the top! Crashing hard to the platform, and a hard karate kick might be the knockout shot of the Beast. They're just going for victory here. And the Beast kicks out, and oh, it just pains the Sensei. And a backbreaker. Sensei, oh, the Steve Perry press! Knees came up, Shadow! Off the cage! And Rockstar is gone! Yes, it is, folks. This is awesome. This capacity crowd here at Power Shift inside the Death Chamber. Shadow and Sensei know each other very well. Oh! And an exploder suplex over the top rope and onto the platform. Dodges the cyclone kick. Sensei now going for the high risk. Oh, and he came up short. He didn't rotate enough. Big mistake by the Sensei. Will it cost him everything? It'll cost him that. But if Shadow gets distracted, it is literally EWF versus NWA versus MVWF out there right now. Shadow representing Dragonheart's NWA, the owner of the EWF, Eat the Beast's feet, and Sensei from the MVWF. He got him! Sensei eliminated, and the Shadow and the Beast almost just got the main event at Matchmania, and now he's going to the top. The high risk. Oh, he lands it. Choke slam, Shadow got the young man, right on the platform, and now it's time for the tombstone, no, Beast, reversed, dodged, drop kick sends him inside out, and Shadow kicks out. The Beast firing up, knowing what's at stake here. Cyclone kick gets blocked. Drop kick to the head. Oh, he's in trouble. Shadow gonna pay him back. Oh, it connected. Shadow for the main event at Mania. Yes. Oh my God! The NWA has stolen the main event at Mania. It's gonna be Shadow versus Dragonheart Sr. on night 1 of Match Mania 8. Unbelievable. Oh my God, Gigi opened up explosive at the beginning, almost stole the first elimination right there in the first 3 seconds of this match. Unfucking believable. Rockstar did hit the pile driver on Shadow. Didn't get it done. Okay. We getting any close-ups here? No? No? And the shittiest selection of replays of all time. There you can see. Now it is time for the main event. Trios, street fight, anything goes. On the left, the MVWF Cruiserweight Champion, destined to face Jimmy Controversy at Matchmania. Tonight, teams with his father, the MVWF World's Heavyweight Champion, Dragonheart Sr., and Sly Cooper, the double champion, the MVWF World Money Champion and EWF Intercontinental Champion. And folks, Brandon Bones was on record. He said about Sly Cooper, he did not like this character, he did not like this gimmick, but he completely turned around when he saw that match between, oh my goodness, El Toro and Sly Cooper. What a performance Sly Cooper did in that match. Man, that swanton to the floor at the beginning, at the end of the first fall. Holy shit, what a fucking camera angle that was. What a show that was. But tonight, we're gonna get a taste. The #1 contender on night 2. Will he or will he not face Dragonheart Sr. on night 2 if Dragonheart Sr. gets past Shadow? It will be the MVWF's Season 7 final battle match. Tyrese Blake against the MVWF World Champion, who is currently that man, Dragonheart Sr. And now Brandon Bones and Jeremy Love now coming to back up Tyrese tonight, because he knows that Dragonhearts have one fact about them: they don't lose. And Brandon Bones is here as a guy who's delivered losses to the Dragonhearts. He stopped Dragonheart Jr.'s trajectory when he initially entered the heavyweight division. Brandon Bones is undefeated against Dragonheart Sr. in LTD, in the MVWF, and anywhere else, baby. And of course, anytime Brandon Bones needs some nefarious deeds done, Last Call Jeremy Love. A reunion of the tag team, the Verse, the former tag team champions, Bones and Jeremy Love, backing up Tyrese Blake here tonight. But of course, Sly Cooper coming with some backup, Angela and Carmelita. The Fox Coopers going to be at ringside. Oh. And it's a street fight. 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 So we are just about to get started with our main event, and then we'll look at the Match Mania arenas. I guess that's the kind of thing that streamers do. I've seen Beast do it, so I'm going to emulate one of my e-fetting heroes. I mean, I got to give it to you, Beast. You went the distance this season, kid. You went all the way to the end. Congratulations. Oh, Dragonheart's coming out first. And look at them all adorned in gold. And the Dragonhearts know what they're in for here tonight. Breathing fire. Music cues aside, but the father and son duo, world champions in both the heavyweight and the cruiserweight division, former world tag team champions, by the way. But here is a guy you got to consider to be kind of the man of the hour. Sly Cooper, a champion in the EWF, a champion in the MVWF, and he did it all in his debut match here in the Match Vegas Wrestling Federation. When Brandon Bones, you knew he would not accept him, but what a performance out of this man. Shut down all the naysayers in a single night. A bank heist, and he stole all the gold.
Forget what you knew. Welcome to the motherfucking battlefield. I two-step with Lucifer, and ever since I started dancing, I walked the fine line between Einstein and Charles Manson. Starved this famine with my stomach growling, like someone shouting 100,000 times louder than thunder pounding. Fucked around and I'll punch your mouth in. I'm king on the mountain with my life in this project like it's public housing. Counting on the fact I fireball the entire songs. It won't stop till the world's inside my palm like Viacom.
The ambitious Tyrese Blake complained about his booking being all these battle royals and multi-man matches early on in his tenure in the MVWF. Ooh, yeah. But man, you've got to give it up for him here. He got the lucky draw in the Ultimate 3, and it took him to the main event of Night 2 of Matchmania 8. The dark horse challenger of all time. But look at the confidence on this man. He said he was worth it, and he's determined to convince everyone in the world that his word is good.
This is the front line. This is the dead zone.
That's right, folks. Father Peace, Brandon Bones is here to fuck up your day. Keeping in mind, this Bones here, he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber in the EWF very soon, and that can lead him to a path to the main event at WrestleMania for the Extreme Wrestling Federation. Bow down, bitches. The hottest trend in wrestling today, the Flower Crown. You can see it in EWF, LTD, BYS, and right here in his home of the MVWF. Look at him. Making him wait. Making him wait. The one man in professional wrestling that appears to have the Dragon Heart's number, and it's Brandon fucking Bones. But now, here comes his backup. Last call, Jeremy Love. The best of 7 series with the Beast. The 137 consecutive barbed wire baseball bat strikes to Dennis to take a Hitman Hart. And of course, a satellite member of the Roganverse, having spent time with such individuals like Duncan Trussell, he's centered his chi, he's achieved his aura, and he is moving forward with no regrets.
Just do what you got to do. If that don't work, then kick the fact. If you a bada, blame igniter, crowd exciter, or you wanna just get hot and just sing it. But then if you a lie, pants on fire, wolf cry, agent with a.
And now Jeremy Love, also a three-time World's Heavyweight Champion, former Submissions Division Champion, Tag Team Champion with Brandon Bones in the verse. Of course, one of those violent matches of all time and history, the ambulance match, when Dennis came back from the 137 barbed wire baseball bat shots. 75 minutes. Blood was everywhere. They painted the arena with each other's blood. And here we are tonight at the MVWF Arena here in Manch, Vegas, New Hampshire. The crowd, they know this man very well. He's wrestled in front of them for 20 years. And this thing, a street fight, anything will go. Jeremy receiving a round of boos, and deservedly so, for all of his machinations he's pulled. And Dragonheart Jr. runs right up on Tyrese, goes for it here. Oh, Jeremy right there to break it up. Now, they only have a half an hour to get this done here tonight. And look at Junior staring down Jeremy. Carmelita needs to keep her emotions in check here. Big splash, eats the knees. A little early right there for Tyrese. Apparently the LED board is broken. Tyrese, though, picks up Junior and just puts him in a bear hug. He's like, I am bigger than you, I am stronger than you, and all I need to do is get a hold of you, and you're fucked. Reversal sends him into his own corner. Tyrese going right into enemy territory, right into the face of the champions. 4 championship belts over there in that corner alone. And Tyrese almost gets beat right there, and Brandon Bones got a little nervous. And a baseball bat. The Dragonhearts have had enough. Oh, look at this. Jackknifes him, shoulders down, gonna try and force him down. And again, Tyrese using his size and strength to counteract whatever Dragonheart happens to try. And look at this right here. Crossface chicken wing. And how about Tyrese right there? Some technique out of him. Some Bob Backlund style. Defeated Bret the Hitman Hart at Survivor Series back in '94 by throwing in the towel. And there, a desperation tag. And, oh, man, a miscommunication there by Sly Cooper. But he's got Jeremy up. Boom! Man. Destroyer pile driver to Jeremy. Kicked out just in time, or was it a save by Tyrese? Brandon Bones yet to tag into this thing. But same can be said for the MVWF World Champion. So there will be allowed to have very lax rules here tonight. Weapons allowed. And, time to do some destruction with some construction. Sly Cooper, perhaps some payback. Yes! Right to the small of the back end, to the kidney. And Sly Cooper's like, what do you think of that, pal? Right to the head. Pile drove him with it. Man, Sly Cooper, his second match alone here, and he's already a double champion in the MVWF. Are you kidding me? And now Jeremy up on the top rope here, and a cutter from the second rope. And a save by Tyrese. And folks, if you're watching us here, keep in mind, Brandon Bones will be doing commentary with Fusion and hopefully Miss Jiggles later on when BYS goes live, where they determine their World's Heavyweight Champion, and Bones will be on that event as well. And now Bones finally tagged in one-on-one against the man he did not want in the MVWF. Look at this. Good night, Irene! Good night, Irene! Right off the bat from Brandon Bones! But Sly Cooper, again, not nearly worn down enough to fall prey to that amazing sleeper hold that Brandon Bones has employed to such effect. Oh! Oh! And again with the sledgehammer! Well, you can't say Cooper hasn't prepared for what he was in for tonight. Bones now under the bottom rope, now going for some plunder underneath the ring, and now he's got a barbed wire baseball bat. Bam! Oh, one right to the head of Sly Cooper. And maybe the dive outside the ring there might have bought him a second, but perhaps not. Now Bones throws him out onto the apron again. What is Bones going to do? What is Bones going to do? No, no, no! Pile driver to the floor! Off the apron! After taking the barbed wire baseball bat to the head! Oh, and Bones cuts him off. Down goes Cooper. Cooper is hurt. He's hurt bad. And now Bones, fuck you, he says. But he really should be staying on top of him. And now instead he decides to get in the face of Dragonheart. No! Oh! Powerbomb on the floor! All part of the plan, apparently. Oh, Tyrese gets taken out by Sly Cooper. Jeremy gonna try and tempt the fates now, but Bones now to his feet, only to be met by Dragonheart, and he can't resist. Oh, Sly Cooper was looking to take Bones and brain him with the chair. Oh, power bomb on the floor. Bones now up on the barricade. Sly Cooper. Oh, and a senton takes him out. Bones is like batting 1,000 when he does that. Bones is really the only person in all of e-fetting that I'm seeing successfully use the barricade all the time. And now here's one for Dragonheart Jr. Bones gets the sidewalk slam, and he might have banged his head on the stairs. Oh my God, no, no, oh! Bones running away from that. Sly Cooper comes in, but he misses. And a little payback with the sledgehammer. Goes to the cover, and a save by Dragonheart. Bones rushes him out of the ring. Makes the tag now. Jeremy in the ring now for the first time. And yes, he's going for... Oh, a chain of moves right there, right in front of the Dragon Hearts. Jeremy now to the top rope. Goes for that big stomp, looking to put Sly Cooper away. Slide out to the top rope. Stunner! Jeremy in trouble, no! Actually, I forgot Jeremy was totally in this match earlier on, but now he makes the tag, and here comes Tyrese. Bones trying to throw a jab in there, but a spin kick busts Tyrese open. Oh, takes out Brandon Bones. Man, these guys are getting distracted by the guy standing on the apron a fair amount. He remembered taking that shot. Oh, Destroyer on the floor. The MVWF World Money Champion. The EWF Intercontinental Champion. He may be a raccoon, but he's breathing fire like a dragon heart. Remember, Bones gave both Dragon Hearts sunset flip power bombs to the floor. You know their lower backs are screaming at him. Here comes Tyrese now, the legal man. Shoots him into the corner. Sly not wanting to get caught. Shot to the back of the head. Trying not to get stuck in there. Face first to the turnbuckle. Kiss the MVWF logo, you motherfucker. And now perhaps maybe going to try and cut Tyrese off from his partners. 10 minutes into this thing. A destroyer now. Yes! Sly Cooper with the cover, and Jeremy makes the save. Uh-oh. Look out behind you. Wrestles it away from him. Oh, gut shot. Take that, you trash panda. Fires him into the corner. Man, I mean, Sly Cooper is all gas, no brakes here since he debuted in the MVWF. Oh, a little too much time right there. Gave him, oh, slapped him in the face. Gonna pin him right in his own corner. The girl's trying to encourage him along the reversal, and he got him! Sly Cooper, the slyest motherfucker there is! Tyrese absolutely showing his ass here tonight. Well, you gotta know that Dragon Hearts are going into this with a huge advantage. Boom, look at this. That was at the bell right there. All right, let me get some crowd noise. Man, this was a hyper-competitive match. Give it up for both teams. But a little bit of smart counter-wrestling on the part of Sly Cooper is truly what made the difference here. And Cooper was absolutely unleashing the fury with those destroyers. Another bank heist. They stole all the gold. Did the Dragon Hearts and Sly Cooper. Some good goaltending on both teams' behalf here. And man, they were out to really send a message to one another here. They made their statement moves. That cutter off the top was pretty great. That's a bad fucking thing. Don't need to see it. Look at this right here. Tyrese eats the destroyer. He's stunned and beat, right? He comes back with the sledgehammer, talks a little shit. But that's where he gets his fucking pinfall reversed and his shoulders down for the 3 count. Sly Cooper, congratulations, sir. I mean, again, Brandon Bones was not a vocal supporter of you being adopted. He had said things in other federations about the tails thing and stuff, right? And, you know, like he did not want to have that kind of thing. I don't know what his specific problem was with it, but ultimately you can't argue with success and you can't argue with quality of match here because, again, 2 matches, 2 in a row, 2-0 is Sly Cooper here, undefeated in the MVWF. And man, I mean, you just defeated the #1 contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship here tonight. The man who holds the main event, and now Dragonheart Sr. may have seen the flaw in the game of Tyrese here that might give him the key to survive. But of course, Dragonheart Sr. has more than just that on his mind here tonight because, well, Dragonheart has to face the Shadow. Shadow defeating those 5 guys in the Elimination Chamber. The Beast going the distance here in this one. Holy shit, what a match this was here. But Shadow now going up against his very own creator, Dragonheart Sr. for the MVWF World Championship on night 1. And the winner goes on to face Tyrese Blake on night 2. Sawyer did his job here tonight, and you've got to wonder how Sawyer may or may not be rewarded for Brandon Bones here. Took out Sean Sanders tonight. Doesn't mean that he's not still going to face Brandon Bones in an absolute dream match. For the very first time, Brandon Bones, primetime Sean Sanders, at Matchmania. But did the tap out in the 3rd fall here injure the ankle of primetime Sean Sanders? We saw Sean Sanders send his messages to Brandon Bones here tonight. He used the Good Night Irene in the match. I mean, he was definitely talking his shit. And he even had Warhammer. Brandon Bones did not interfere in any of this here. Sawyer took out Sean Sanders. El Toro overcame the odds here tonight in the 5-way Extreme Rules match. What an accomplishment. 2 eliminations. And now, El Toro will go on to face Sly Cooper at Matchmania for the MVWF World Money Championship. Beast, are you still in the chat? Because if you are, I'll bet you can feel what's coming right now. Being that El Toro and Sly Cooper will be fighting for the World Money Championship, and Sly Cooper currently is a double champion, including also being the EWF Intercontinental Champion. Would Sly Cooper, and again, I mean, this is maybe something you have to run by Sly Cooper, if I'm not mistaken, it's still in the chat. But does Sly Cooper want to go double or nothing on this and also defend 2 championships in the same match at Matchmania against El Toro? What do you say, fellas? You've earned Brandon Bones' respect. And this is how respect is dealt with. In e-fetting, the bigger the stakes, the bigger the opportunity, the bigger the platform. Sly says, all right, double or nothing. Sly Cooper says he's willing to put not only the MVWF World Money Championship on the line, but simultaneously defend the EWF Intercontinental Championship. Now, I'm not saying it's written in stone yet until Beast also gives the green light because, again, Sly Cooper is the champion of that division in another federation, but I'm not spending other people's money. But you guys know, and you will allow me for my biased opinion here, that, again, everything that we have built here in the rivalry and the co-op, the collab between the EWF and the MVWF, and I have allowed the World Money Championship to have been defended, I think, twice on EWF programming, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely remember Sensei Selesky versus St. Cloud. But Beast, if you are still watching or whatever, I would definitely, you're probably not. But if not, I will contact you later on and get like your final approval on it. Also tonight, folks, we saw the Warrior Empress absolutely dominate Kurt Maple here tonight. Embarrassed the French-Canadian, who's forced to live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, which is not anywhere close to being French-Canadian. But Warrior Empress continues to show everyone and all the naysayers, including Brandon Bones, that she belongs in any division here. She brought Miss Jiggles in to make an appearance to back her up tonight, and nobody messed around and fucked around to find out with that. And Jimmy Controversy in the opener. What an upset here in the Unique Opportunity Briefcase, where Jimmy Controversy now, with his 51 attribute points, wins the Cruiserweight 6-way ladder match here tonight. And he will face Dragonheart Jr. at Match Mania 8 with his 51 attribute points. Now, folks, do you think I should do something and maybe give, just because it's Match Mania, give like maybe Jimmy Controversy like a boost in some attribute points? Let's say maybe like in one category, maybe two categories. I don't know, right? Like his finishing moves, double stops, maybe some leg power or something like that, you know? He's got 51 attribute points. But remember, last time anyone saw Mr. Amazing in e-fetting, he was supposed to face on a gauntlet match 4 opponents, and he didn't even make it past the first opponent, who happened to be Jimmy Controversy. And what an upset. The guy that Brandon Bones said he was afraid of to face, and still, by the way, has still never faced Mr. Amazing one-on-one in any sort of match, Brandon Bones and Mr. Amazing. For all the shit that... he even had that shirt for a few weeks he was wearing that said Mr. Amazing sucks. But Jimmy Controversy beat him. Mr. Amazing disappeared from e-fetting in the embarrassment that he is. And now Jimmy Controversy is going to face Dragonheart Jr. at Match Mania. The unstoppable cruiserweight will finally put the cruiserweight belt on the line. Sly Cooper says, double title shot, baby. Oh, I like that. That's delicious. Delicious. Match Mania sure is going to be a happening, a something. You're going to want to see it. And it is May 16th at noontime, maybe 1 o'clock. Dan Crane will be in the house. Ryan Doyle will be in the house. And, of course, I've got the open invite. Perhaps the 17th, perhaps the Beast will be my color commentator on night 2. And that would be the night of Tyrese getting his title shot against the winner of Shadow versus Dragonheart Sr., Jimmy Controversy versus Dragonheart Jr., El Toro to face Sly Cooper. And of course, Brandon Bones will face primetime Sean Sanders at Manchmania 8. And you got to wonder, I mean, Sawyer took out Sanders tonight. If he isn't going to get perhaps like fucking booster maxed out of his performance here tonight. What a match that was right there. What a fucking solid event here for the MVWF. Nothing to be ashamed of here tonight. Jeremy suffered a minor injury. Dragonheart suffered a minor injury. Jockstar, Rockstar, that sucks. To be Sawyer, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. A lot happened in this show. Alrighty, folks. Well, I am Damon Andrews. You can see Brandon Bones and hear this very voice just in a few hours. When Beyond Your Soul goes live, Fusion, Miss Jiggles, and Brandon Bones in a three-way. That's right, folks. I said it. In a three-way. Be there or you suck, bitch.